trauma is not the events. Trauma comes from the Greek word for wounding. So trauma is a wound that you sustain. And you can be wounded without catastrophic events. So those traumas, the big, noticeable, terrible events that happen to you, they're called, we can call big T trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also wound people, not only by hurting them badly, but simply by not meeting their needs. So that's what I call small T trauma, where people aren't doing bad things to you necessarily, but the good things that should be happening are not happening. So a lot of children get traumatized, not just by what happens to them, but by what doesn't happen to them that should have happened. Well, trauma is a wound that if it doesn't heal, it just keeps acting up. And my wife is not there to pick me up. And I go into a rage, and I become very withdrawn, which is a mirroring of exactly what happened to me when I was a year old, when my mother gave me to a stranger to save my life, and I didn't see her. So that wound, unless it's healed, will show up again even 70-odd years later when the woman I'm relying on doesn't show up for me. And what happens is that when trauma acts up, the midfrontal cortex, the part that's rational and can respond in the present moment, goes offline. And these traumatic imprints show up and they govern your behavior. So all of a sudden, just as you say, I start acting like a hurt little child. Healing of trauma is in learning to recognize and cope with these imprints.